everybody, I am Jen. It is a brand new month, and what better way to start this month than with a book haul? So I have a couple of books here with me. Some of these are secondhand, some of these are from Barnes and Noble that I purchased, and also a local library was having a blowout book sale, and I went to visit, and obviously, as you can tell, I think I got a couple more in there. So I have about 12 books with me right here that I purchased over the month of April. So let's get right into it. The genres I mostly got was romance and mystery. So I have my books categorized by where I purchased them. So starting off, I got Nicholas Sparks' The At First Sight book. Actually, I forgot where I got this one. I think it was like a little free library. I got it and I thought it was pretty interesting. So it's mainly about a dramatic, heartbreaking, and surprising. This is a story about the love between a man and a woman, and between a parent and a child. More than that, it is a story that beautifully portrays how the same emotions that can break your heart is also the one that will ultimately heal it. I don't think I ever read anything about Nicholas Sparks. I think the only thing I heard about him was the movie The Notebook, which I actually have it right there in my bookshelf. So yeah, I thought we'll give it a whirl and try to read it this month. So as for the secondhand bookstore that I went to, I actually purchased 3 books, and here are they. Who is Maud Dixon? Uh, is basically in short summary how far into the darkness you're willing to go to claiming the life you always wanted. So basically, this is Florence's drawer. I'm not sure how you say her last name. Is an ambitious young woman who moves to New York City with the dream of becoming a famous writer. I think for me it will be an automatic purchase if there's like any writer or one becoming a writer or anything like that. For me that's how they got me with this one. As for the next book, the House Party, I believe this is also a mystery book. Somehow I always forget what it's about, and then once I start reading it, I'm like, oh, okay, so it's about this. Okay. Just a heads up, I mostly forget what I purchase sometimes. So next book that I purchased was the House Party. A woman named Maja rebuilt her home in, I believe, in the Philadelphia in the suburbs due to her fail of having a child. Um, she gets a notification that some reckless teenagers wrecked the whole new built apartment that will save her marriage, and as a result, these kids don't get punished because of their party, and the police get involved. And now there's a list of suspects. Now she's worried that she might jeopardize the future of these good kids, supposedly, and it might also affect her. I think this book is really intense, and I can't wait to read it. So, as for the final book that I got in a secondhand bookstore, it is A Ghost of Caribou. This follows the story of Alex. She gets herself in dangerous situations. She is a biologist. She's trying to save a specific animal. This is the third book of an environmental thriller book series. I believe the first book was a Wolverine, the second, I'm not so sure, and this will be the third. In other words, I think this will be an interesting read. I hope I get around to it because I think it will be one of my 4-star reads. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Everything that I got in the second hand bookstore. So the first book that I got in the local library book sale is The Dying Season of A Case of Bruno, Chief of Police. So I actually got I did 3 rounds on what they had in the bookstore. Well, the library local sale. Um, I didn't want to purchase it, but at the end, I ended up purchasing it. Bruno gets invited to this birthday party of this former war hero, and the family has many secrets, and the next day they find a dead body. Family tries to cover up. Bruno knows it must prevent the victim from becoming just another skeleton in their closet, keeping the community and himself out of danger. Pretty much everything. And I don't know, I just grabbed it and ended up purchasing it. So I think it'll be fun to read something out of my comfort zone. It's a party gone wrong, so I hope I'll finish my sentence later on. So yeah. Now it's the stranger behind you. This talks about three different stories of Joanne, Lillian, and Melissa. As these three lives interact, each woman must stay one step ahead of those who are desperate to make sure the truth is never uncovered. So basically, Joanne has written an article exposing the truth. The article goes live, and now she is brutally attacked and now is traumatized. So there's more to it into the story. This is a little more deep. How do I explain this? Um, there's warnings in this book. That's all I'm saying. So read it at your own risk. I see people that have mixed feelings about this, so I wanted to give it a try and see what I think about it later on. Was The Last Grudge. This follows the story of Jessica, who is taking some time out from the police force. Her partner is now taking the case, but he needs her help because it's about her previous convict that nearly killed her. So I feel that there's a plot twist I'm not gonna expect at the end or midway to the end. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So the last book that I purchased from the local book blog was The Perfect Stranger. Uh, this talks about Lee and her losing her job in Boston. She decides to move to a small town with Emmy actually, and she goes disappearing one day, and she contacts the police, and they seem to not have any information about Emmy. Then Lee starts to question, did she make her up? The was it her that was um testing her, and but she knows that Emmy exists, so I think this is a brain teaser, and I think it's really interesting to think about. So that's everything I got from the local library blowout. So finally, we're getting to the last few books. These are the books I purchased from Barnes and Noble. So the first book that I purchased from Barnes& and Noble was actually a book I saw while seeing everybody's book their May reads and what they read this month of April. And one of the books caught my eye was these twin sisters that moved into a cabin, and so, the next I believe it was next day that they find out the in a cabin next door of them, one of the people that live there goes missing, and apparently one of the twin sisters believe that she has something to do with it, because apparently she sleepwalk, and all the memories come back to her, and they I believe the twin sisters, um each each sister suspects the other knows more than she's letting know. So actually it was pretty interesting and I wanted to know more. So as for the book that I purchased was When She Was Me, was the book that I saw that caught my eye. Um as for the person who I saw who recommended this book, I will put her name and give her credit because thanks to her, I actually purchased this book because of her. So yeah. Now that I'm done showing you guys the whole mystery, thriller, suspense books that I have purchased and one fiction book, now let's go right into romance. I'm actually pretty behind on some of these series. I keep seeing these series from LC Silver, the Rose Hill um series, and there's also, I think it was the Chester Chestnut. I think, like I said, I'm pretty much behind on some of these series. The reason I purchased this book was because of the aesthetic that I saw in Pinterest and as well in TikTok. Which actually, the first book I purchased was a photo finish. Was one of the books that I purchased, and also is the a false start. Like I said, I'm pretty much behind on these series, so I'm not sure if I have order for these books. But as of now, I am in my whole mood, small town cowboy romance. And speaking of small town cowboy romance, the last book that I purchased from Barnes and Noble, Wild and Wrangle from Leighann Sage. This is the fourth book of the series of the Rebel Blue Ranch series. I already finished the second book last month. Um, so right now I only have one more to go before I read this. I really don't want to read it because it's already the end of this, and I really love this whole series of the Cowboys romance novel. So yeah, that's pretty much it. All the books I have purchased in the month of April. So if you like these videos, please let me know. My TBR reads for this month. Actually, my boyfriend picked it out for me. Like I said, keep in mind my last sentence that I didn't finish is that so the book he chose was The Dying Season. His reason was because he loved the book cover. He loved the aesthetic. So yeah, that was one of my reads for this month. And my second read is At the First Sight, which I actually purchased this month, like I said. And his reason for um choosing this book for me was because of the little house right there. So yeah, that's pretty much it. All my main TBR reads for this month. Thank you so much for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it. Comment down below if you like these types of videos. And as well, let me know your main TBR reads for this month. And so yeah, bye guys. Wait, yeah, I did body when the one of them one of the people that I live